legitimizes. But I hear it all praise from the sanctified church. Oh, the joy that came to me. If you got joy, say, I got the joy. I forgot what joy was about because I had a substitute so long. But all the joy that came to me when I knew that I was free, when my Savior found me, put his arms all around me. The joy that came to me. Say yes. Josiah said, I'm a little over 8 now, but I'm putting these Sodomite houses down. And what I like about this, Brother Porter, he didn't say I'm going to kill all the Sodomites. He didn't say I'm going to string up all of these weird women. I'm not going to just declare war on all of these perverted men, but let me just tear the house down. Let me get rid of the groves. Because even if you're in something that is ungodly, all you need to do is pull the house down. You can have another chance. You can be salvaged. You can get a clean record. We're not here saying that the sinners ought to be damned, because Jesus said, he that believeth and is baptized shall be saved. And everybody in here now that's saved now at one time was lost. If you're saved now, at one time you were bound. If you're saved now, at one time you were confused. Talk back. If you were saved now, at one time you were seeking. But the reason you're saved today is to be a witness. And if he can do it for me, he can do it for you. And if you know he did it for you, lift your hand and say yes. Well, that ain't all. Now that includes the homosexuals. But that's not all. Verse 23, it said, well, there had been no Passover. And in the 18th year of King Josiah, go back to the math. If he began when he was 8, and now 18 years later, how old would he be then? So he's 26, and he said, well, the Passover was not being held in Jerusalem. But he said, we're going to start the Passover again. Which means we're going to start worshiping. And worshiping the one who delivers by the power of the blood. Can somebody just say, Jesus still delivers? And we're not going to just start with one problem, but verse 24, they had witchcraft. Workers with familiar spirits, and the wizards, and the images, and the idols, and all the abominations that they spied out in the land of Judah and in Jerusalem. And Josiah said, I got to put it away. And it's easy for me to talk about your sin, Sister Renita. But when you really get aligned with what the covenant-keeping God is doing, it's something in me that needs to change. And I wonder, can I believe it? I'm trying to get through this today, but I got a little fire inside of me. I want to know, do I have a witness in here today? There's something inside of me that needs to change. And that was the Sodomites back there, and those were the kicky people back there, but they're not the only ones. You may have a little voodoo in you. And you know, rebellion is as a sin of witchcraft. There might be some rebellion that needs to change. It may be some traps that you've been set. Some hexes and some curses. It might be some familiar spirits. You may need to monitor your astrology reading and what sign that you are magnifying. There's all kinds of abominations beyond just sex abominations. In fact, most abominations, why don't y'all say, go ahead, preacher. Most abominations are not what you do with your body, but what happens in your heart. If you are angry with your brother without a cause, Jesus says that's the same as murder. So there might be some anger that needs to change. There might be some jealousy that needs to come down. There might be some envy and selfishness that needs to get itself on the exit track. It might be, can y'all hear me? It might be all this depression and self-preoccupation. When the enemy comes to depress your mind, you need to tell him right then and there, it ain't even about me. I'm going to look to Jesus, for he completely saves. Say yes.